guys. Hold on one sec, will you? Here we go. Take it away. How you doing? Here we go. Oops, there we go. Hey there, human. How you doing? Do you want to talk about the craziness that we call life? Take away your pain with your strength. Hey there, human. Thank you to Debbie Mack for the delightful theme song. Hey everybody, welcome. We've got a great show lined up for you today. Actually, it's not. It's not that great of a show. It's an above average show because we were only able to get Jack Dylan Grazer today. Hello. What a cutie, what a superstar. I think this is when he was like 12. He's like 17 or 18 now. I don't know how old he is, but he doesn't look like that anymore. He's much more mature. Sorry about my hat. I have long, unkempt, very unwashed hair. Very excited to talk to Jack. I wanted to get a perspective from an actual teenager about life as a teenager under this quarantine and during these very difficult and trying times. He's a great human being, a terrific actor, and doing lots of really interesting stuff. Very excited to talk to him in the upcoming minutes of the show. And he's got a lot of fans here. I see a lot of Jack fans, heart Jack, Jack is cute, love Jack. Everyone's like, he's 16, Jack is 16, whatever. I don't think he's 16, I think he's 17. Like I said, I did a movie with him. I'm a way better actor than he is, as you will see when you see the movie. And we'll be discussing that as well. Folks, listen up. We got a nice letter. You can write us at heytherehuman@soulpancake.com. And I wanted to share this nice letter from a previous interviewee, because part of the show is we interview random human beings from the internet. So after I interview Jack, I'll be interviewing a couple of random human beings from all over the World Wide Web, all over the world. It's very exciting. We talk about surviving in quarantine, surviving in pandemic, dealing with anxiety, dealing with uncertainty, tools that we can use, positive, proactive tools that we can use to keep our mental health intact and make the world a better place at the same time. So let me say, I'll share this. And for all of these Jack Dylan Grazer fans that have joined and are here to see that cutie pie Jack, just hold on to your horses. This is a show we've been doing for 5 or 6 weeks, 7 weeks or so, that explores the issues around quarantine, tries to uplift, connect people, build bridges, and talk about some of the issues that people are going through in a lighthearted, fun, and connective way. So that's the actual show that you're here for, and I hope you'll support at Soul Pancake, give them a follow, and support this show, Hey There Human, as you watch this stellar cutie pie, Jack Dylan Grazer. I always want to see Glazer, but Grazer. So we got this letter in from a previous viewer. It says, my name is Haley, and Rain interviewed me and my boyfriend Doug on the Instagram live show 2 Fridays ago, Haley Earp. Thanks for selecting us and your daily encouragement and normalization of how we are all feeling during this crazy situation. The quarantine has been difficult for us, and I have seen so many loved ones fall into depression, sadness, and confusion during this time. I have even been feeling this way. I don't know how I could help myself or others. So when I heard about Crisis Text Line on your show a few weeks ago, I knew I had to apply. Today, I received the email I've been accepted as a volunteer. I'm honored and thrilled to be part of something bigger than myself while I am cooped up, and I am so humbled to have the opportunity to provide some support to people who are doing the most courageous thing there is to do, reach out and ask for help. A massive, humongous thank you to Rain and the Soul Pancake team for creating a great space for seeing, for feeling, and for sharing resources to help everyone during this time. You are appreciated. I also just got the Soul Pancake book, and I'm excited to go through it during the quarantine. Thank you, Haley Earp. Thanks, Haley Earp. That's very exciting. I have my Soul Pancake book here, but I'm using it to prop up my iPad. Oh! My iPad that just fell over. So let me show everyone what we're talking about here. When we started Soul Pancake, it was just a website about exploring life's biggest questions. And we created a book to go with it. Soul Pancake is now a little bit more than that. It's a media company, a digital media company that produces content, many pieces of original content on YouTube every week, and on Facebook. We do branded content, television, all kinds of delicious and delightful podcasts, inspiring, uplifting content that brings people together. So this book, Chew on Life's Big Questions, is filled with lots of art and interactive things, interviews, what is love, chapters on love, does your family see the real you, lots of cool art and interactivity. Would you be fine with 9? So what would you cut off a toe for? That was a list 5 things you would literally chop off your little toe for. Lots of fun stuff like that. So check out the Soul Pancake book. Sorry to go into a commercial mode there, but I wanted to bring up something that Haley brought up in her letter, and then we'll bring Jack on the show. And that is this idea. She said, I'm thrilled to become part of something bigger than myself. And that phrase stuck with me. You know, there's a lot of talk on the internet and interweb about self-care. And self-care is super important. I really don't want to put it down in any way, because self-care is especially important for people who don't know how to do self-care. So self-care is really important for people who maybe put their own interests behind the interests of other people and have a tendency to not love themselves, care for themselves, groom themselves, feed themselves correctly, allow themselves nature and exercise, downtime, a hot bath, all of the things that we should be treating ourselves with. But self-care only goes so far. And I really loved what Haley said about being a part of something bigger than herself, because some of the answers might be found in being part of something bigger than who we are. And it's interesting to see that during this time, anxiety is up greatly, but according to Crisis Text Line, suicides are actually down. And during this time, and by this time I mean the last couple decades of the mental health crisis that has really swept through young people all over the globe, especially in the Western world and especially in the United States. And it's interesting for me to think about why suicides have gone down and anxiety is way up, because there is a sense that we're going through something together. Humanity is going through something together. Americans are going through something together. We're a part of something. It is scary as hell. We don't know how long this thing is going to last, what the future is going to bring, what the economy is going to look like. A lot of jobs on the line, a lot of rent on the line, a lot of fear. I want to acknowledge all of that. But this idea that we have an opportunity to become something bigger than just ourselves, I think is really important, because ultimately, if you stop at self-care, that will ultimately, I believe, be unsatisfying. It's like, okay, great, I'm doing self-care, fantastic. Okay, I'm self-cared. I'm eating right, I'm exercising, I'm taking the hot bath, I'm connecting with my friends, I'm treating myself right. I'm giving myself a break. I'm allowing myself. That's wonderful. But what's the next step? You do that in order that you can care for others. We achieve self-care so that we can move on and care for those less fortunate than us. So that's what this is all about. That self-care is a stop along the way. We do self-care so that we can be, as Haley Earp says, a part of something bigger than ourselves, something larger than ourselves. And I believe ultimately what that is it's groups of people bringing people together and creating community in various ways, trying to make the world a better place, whatever that means to you. Whether it's a faith-based group, whether it's a nonprofit, it could even be a political group, although I'm not a big fan of partisan politics and how corrupt and corrosive that whole world is. But anytime we can find that thing that we can be a part of that's larger than ourselves. And Haley was talking about finding that in terms of being a volunteer for the crisis text line. We had the founder of the crisis text line on here. There's lots of great organizations like that deal with the mental health. Maybe this is something you've gone through yourself. You've dealt with some mental health issues in yourself, and you have some wisdom to bring to bear on other people that might be suffering from mental health issues. So I really want to thank Haley for that wonderful letter, and again remind you that there's a lot of talk about self-care. Super important. Don't want to denigrate self-care, but self-care is there so that we can make ourselves stronger, wiser. And by the way, my producer just texted me. Thank you, Tiffany. If you're in crisis, the crisis text line number is hit share, not share like the singer share, but share, S-H-A-R-E. Thank you. Although maybe Cher has her own crisis text line. I don't know. Sounds like a good idea. If I was in deep trouble, there's no one I would rather text with than Cher. But this is text Share, S-H-A-R-E, to 741-741 for free 24/7 support. So 741-741 is crisis text line for those of you who are curious about the number. They're a wonderful organization. You can just tell them, hey man, I'm bummed, or hey man, I feel awful, or I feel so alone, or help me, or I don't know what to do, or I need counseling, or whatever it is. Crisis text line is there for you. And one lovely that Haley Earp joined up. But again, self-care, a lot of stuff on Instagram. You see I always make fun of those inspiring quotes on Instagram, like, love yourself, give yourself a hug as if you were a tree, or whatever, in beautiful lingo and stuff. And it is important to give yourself a hug as if you were a tree, but to do so that you can hug others, so that you can give back to others, so that you can make yourself stronger, more secure, more wise, more accepting, more allowing, more compassionate. We get more compassionate for ourselves so that we're able to be more compassionate to others. And I also want to say that I'm having a hard time being compassionate to all these Jack Grazer fans out there. Poor Jack, I feel bad for him. But let's bring him on. Let's bring him on. Let's find him. There he is. Jack Dylan Grazer. Jack Dylan Grazer. Jack Dylan Grazer. Hey.
Hey.
Jack Dylan Grazer.
Okay, I don't know why people feel inclined to go Grazer. Hey, Grazer. That's what my principal used to call me. It's Grazer. There's no I.
But I used to call you Glazer. So
Yeah,
it's
because you're
better
just an
than
asshole.
Glazer.
No I'm kidding. How
Sorry
are
for
you?
mispronouncing my. I've never had my name mispronounced.
No, of course not.
Weirdo.
Because it's weather. You can't.
I'm liking this. What's going on up here, man?
This?
The curls, the
Oh, I
blonde. You got the
know.
blonde. Look at that.
I know. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen you, right?
Been a long time.
Like a
Yeah,
really long time. So yeah,
that is rad.
I was in Italy and I had a blonde hair, a big head of blonde hair. Um, but yeah.
Why do you have blonde? Why did you have to go to Italy to get blonde hair?
Just for I thought it would be cool before the corona started. But no, because I did a show, an HBO show in northern Italy, and I had blonde hair for it.
That's right. I remember you telling me about that. No, how did that dovetail with this virus?
So dude, literally where it was like the most prominent, like in Milan and like in like that like the northern part is
Yeah.
exactly where I were. That like struck like 3 weeks after I left. And dude, like if we were behind a little bit or something and I had to stay longer, catastrophe. It would have
You
been a
would have been
catastrophe.
screwed. You would have been screwed. It hit so hard, so fast there. It was just a
I
total
know.
nightmare.
Yeah, and also, dude, I gotta say, you were just saying some really genius stuff about the self-care thing. I was listening to that. Good job, man. You're doing good with
Thanks,
this.
man.
Yeah.
So, on this show, Jack, we I do a little, I don't know, who am I? I'm an unemployed, overweight,
Yeah.
middle-aged suburban
But dude,
dad
you know what I
actor.
love about you though? You know what I love is that you're so taking initiative. Because these are the things that I promise myself I'm gonna do. Like do I'm like, oh, it'd be so funny if I did like a talk show live stream thing because I have all the time in the world right now. But like
Yeah,
I know. But
you
I
should
say
do
it
that.
I
I
know.
will be your first guest.
Would you? You would, right?
Of course. Of
Thank
course.
you.
I'll be your sidekick, man. You are a genius actor. I will totally be your sidekick to the end of time.
Wow. I'll let you be my sidekick any day.
So we're doing this show, Hey There Human, uplifting content. I do a little monologue. We interview people. And the reason I really wanted, and then I interview random human being from the interwebs on here, which you can do on Instagram Live, which is
That's
cool. Have you
beautiful.
ever done that?
What? Like go on
Interview
live with a
random
random
human
person?
beings?
Yeah, I have. I don't do it that much, but I recently just did like a huge convention thing on like an online convention that was like I talked to like a stranger. I talked to a stranger for 2 minutes, and I talked to like 300 strangers in like 2 days.
Holy moly.
Yeah, dude, and
Wow.
it was not. Well, and also it was world. I don't know why I keep standing up, but it was worldwide. It was a world. I talked to somebody. I didn't even know. I didn't even know people knew who I was in China or in Israel, in Tunisia. Tunisia, dude. Where even is Tunisia? It's in Africa, right?
That's funny. Well, you have some rabid fans on here, by the way.
Rabid,
Yeah.
raving
Do
rabid.
they have great? Or what are they called? Like a lot of times, like there's believers. What are Grazer
Um,
groupies or something? What do you call your fans?
uh, pedestrians.
We need to make up a fun name.
No, I used to call them something.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Grazers.
Um, So listen, man, I wanted to talk to you specifically because you're a teenager. As we all know, you're 17 years old, right, Jack?
I'm 16, dude.
No.
Oh no! I forgot. I'm 17. Yeah, yeah.
And my son is 15, and so he has a unique perspective. So give me, as a middle-aged, pathetic, unemployed, overweight suburban dad, give me your line on your I hate to say this, I need you to be the voice of a generation right now.
Okay.
How are teens feeling around the world about what's going on? How are you
Oh.
handling it? And is there something in the zeitgeist?
Well,
Is there
dude,
something?
I also don't want to sound like entitled or arrogant or at all or like sound like spectacular or but not like spectacular, but like I don't want to sound like I'm like something else like of like outside of the normal group of kid.
Yeah.
But I am though. So I feel like there's a certain obligation on my end during this part, and I can't. It's not like oh I should pick up a new hobby, or it's like no. I think like this time is good for so many people to like I don't know, capitalize might be the wrong word, but like improve or further themselves in whatever the thing is that they're like into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like with what you're doing. Like
Right. Well, you and I have a platform, and it's good for us to use our platforms
yeah.
for social good.
Yeah.
But everyone has a platform in some way, and also people can also use
Yeah,
this time as an opportunity for self growth and self improvement in some way, right? Is that what you're saying?
definitely. Yeah, definitely that. And also like oh, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Yeah,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
cover for you, but the well, one thing that you've been doing, which I really love, is these dull boy doodles. Although I never got my T-shirt, you said you were going to send me a T-shirt.
You never got it?
No.
That's hilarious because this other big famous person, FaZe Rug, got his. I don't know how you. I'll ask my mom about that. Yeah, that's weird. I feel bad, dude. Oh
Don't worry.
no.
Don't worry
You'll
about it.
get it, I promise.
So tell me about Doughboy Doodles, because the
So,
proceeds from your kind of this venture that you're doing are going to No Kid Hungry. So tell me about Doughboy Doodles and then No Kid Hungry. What's going on there?
yeah. So the Doughboy Doodles, the clothing thing that I have, the merch thing is called Dull Boy, and I wanted it to be kind of like a dramatic thing, because to separate it from just like Jack Grazer wishes you a happy Valentine's Day, like here's buy this shirt. I wanted it to kind of be like a fragment of like a personality trait of mine or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is kind of like there was a point where I was that I was going through a little bit before this um, quarantine thing, and then in the beginning of it, it's like it became like a really consistent thing where I was like, not it wasn't like depression or anything, but it was like really internal. Like I was really internal, and I didn't like it was a different phase. I went it was a phase maybe because I'm out of
Okay.
it now. But it was like a
Mm-hmm.
really internal thing. I didn't know how to like express my emotions really, or I did,
Mm-hmm.
but like I wouldn't. Anyway, I would like draw, and I was like finding like poetry and like drawing and doodling and stuff because I never got into that. But I was doodling and stuff and drawing all these characters, and I have all these characters. I can't really show them because it's like secretive. But Save is the alien character, who's a doodle of mine, who's super cool. I wrote a character description for him. It's on the website. I forgot what it is right now, but it's really relevant to what's going on. And yeah, and then the No Kid Hungry thing. I think because I'm like heavily in affiliation with Stomp Out Bullying, which is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Bring awareness to like the bullying because I think that's one of the most prominent things within not even just like the kid community. It's everywhere. It's like
Yeah.
it's inescapable, and it's like and it comes in so many forms. Um, but yeah, the No Kid Hungry thing, I think that's really important because I was reading this thing or watching this thing about uh like the kids who have to go who like rely on the food or the cafeteria at school for their food,
Okay.
and they don't have any food at their house, so like when they go to school, which all the schools are closed down right now, like they
Yeah.
rely on the food in the
Yeah.
cafeteria,
Yeah.
and that's
No, so many.
heartbreaking.
I mean, I was reading some of the statistics, and I don't have it on the tip of my tongue, but people can Google it pretty easily. But like the percentage of kids in New York City who were dependent on school meals to be their daily meals. We don't think about hunger as being a part of poverty in the United States. You think about that in Haiti or parts
Yeah.
of Africa. We don't think about that in the United States, but there's just millions of kids really dependent on being fed at school, and now they're not being fed at school.
Yeah, dude. And it's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. Wow. Yeah.
So, what you're an avid skateboarder. What is that helping keep you sane during this time?
Yeah. I love skateboarding because I'm also starting to like break down why I love things that I love to do. I've been analyzing almost everything that about everything
So,
recently.
you figured it out. Tell me.
So I think I love it because I've never really. I mean, I'm okay in a group sport, but I
Yeah.
prefer to do something on my own. I mean, I think of an ensemble cast is different. That's a different, totally different thing. We're not
Right.
talking about that. But like the sport thing, it's good because there's no rules. It's like there's no barriers in skateboarding, and
Right.
you can constantly evolve. Like, and also something that most people don't really think about is that it's not just tricks that you get to learn. It's if you can learn a trick, and then you can learn like a trick like to do that trick. Like I can do kickflips, but then I want to learn how to do kickflips off stairs or like up a curb, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like there's like so many ways to evolve. Like,
I
and it's yeah,
I
it gives
love
you discipline too.
I love thinking about that in terms of sports because my in my pathetic old age, my favorite sport is tennis. And I love the
Mm.
sport of tennis because you're constantly in tennis playing opposing two people. You're
Mhm.
playing your opponent, so you have to learn about your opponent. Like, oh, do they have a weak backhand, or they can't hit a lob shot, or if I hit it here, then I have an advantage, and he's probably going to hit it here or there, or she. And so you have that opponent, but your main opponent when you're playing tennis is yourself. So a ball comes
Mhm.
over the net and you whiff it, or you hit it long, or you hit it out, and your form is wrong. So you're constantly like looking at your form, looking at your relationship to the ball, your body's relationship to the ball. This is kind of really intense, almost cerebral kind of getting to know yourself. And of course,
Dude.
of course, you can't with tennis. You can't muscle it. It's not about hitting the ball as hard as you can. It's not like hitting a baseball where you just gotta whack the thing as hard as you
No,
fucking
dude, it's
can.
like strategic.
It's strategic, and there's a zen quality. It's stroking the ball. That's what she said. It's more about. I knew that would get you. You know what I mean? It's about these movements that you're making. You know, it's almost like kung fu or tai chi or something. You're making these figure 8 movements as you're stroking
Yeah.
through and across the ball, and you know you to be
But it's also kind of
breathing
freaky
and
though. I think that's kind of freaky though to like is it easy to like let go of like the mental wall of like needing to like hit the ball hard, especially when there's like another person that is reliant, like another person. So it's not
yeah.
like you're just playing with yourself so you can like absolutely chill. There's like another person that's like
Sometimes the very best shot is to just hit the ball just with ease and precision and hardly any power at all.
that's the best feeling.
And
Yeah,
when you
in
hit it
anything.
like that, it really, you know.
Hmm.
So, are there kind of those Zen elements about skateboarding? Sometimes when you're
Totally.
skateboarding, you feel
Yeah.
like you're floating out of your body, or you're
Yeah.
beyond time and space in some other mode of being.
I've noticed that not only in skateboarding, but even in acting, which is something that both do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Even in acting, like when you like do something and you kind of think about it because like you're always self aware, but like you do something and like you didn't think about doing it before you did it, and you did it and it just came out and it felt really natural, and you could just feel people laughing somewhere. That's like a good like that's like the feeling that I get when like I land a good kickflip. But like
Mm-hmm.
effortlessly, like I just popped really high and flicked really fast, and it felt, and I caught it really quick, and it feels
Yeah.
so good. And it's like that feeling like, oh, like I did that without almost like any effort at all, and like it felt so good. So
Right.
that's yeah,
So
it's like that kind of
you're chasing that kind of high by
totally
doing it,
chasing
right?
that.
Yeah.
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 And it's
That,
like a rare thing to get. And then when you get it's also but it's not even like in that. Also like in surfing or like in like even baseball or what, I don't know. I don't play baseball or football or tennis, but I get it. I get it.
I'll teach you how to play tennis.
I'm okay.
Really?
Okay, I mean I used to take tennis classes when I was really little,
Yeah.
and I think I just did it for like the free Gatorade. I don't really know if I actually liked it.
Tennis is really hard for kids to take when they're young because it's 17 things can go wrong with every stroke. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
can.
do you know what though? I just remembered something. I used to play golf too. I used to play golf, which is very zen. Golf is
Yeah.
super zen, and also because it's so scenic. I used to do golf tournaments. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. You did golf tournaments?
Yeah, I don't when I think about myself and my lineage or like my history, I
Yeah.
never think that I was ever a golf person.
Yeah. You don't seem golf. You seem
I'm
anti-golf.
I'm so anti-golf.
you're like
I'm
punk
so
rock. You
con
know,
golf.
you're punk
I'm an
rock.
anarchist. I don't like
You're
golf.
you're
No, I'm not an
Beastie
anarchist.
Boys.
Yeah.
Hey, did you
No.
see our
I
movie?
admire golf.
Did you see our
What?
movie? Don't Tell a
Yeah.
Soul.
Did
It
you?
was good.
It was so good. Bro, okay, so what are they gonna do about this? What are they gonna do? So is Tribeca gonna be online? I mean, not Tribeca. It's not Tribeca anymore.
Yeah, it was Tribeca, and it just can't. I think it was available to people who are going to Tribeca Film Festival to see. I don't really know how that works. I think that's over. Um, but I heard that we got some distribution. They'll be announcing pretty soon around that.
Oh,
So it will be out. I don't know when, but
that's good. It's a
yeah,
really good movie.
I thought it was terrific. I mean, it was super low budget. It's called, for folks who don't know, it's called Don't Tell a Soul. And Jack and I have a lot of scenes together with,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to give anything away about it, but it's
so good, and we both die in the end.
and we both die. Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone dies. Everyone dies because of the zombies.
And then Superman. This a cameo, but we're not supposed to talk about it. It's like a really confidential, but it's like a Henry Cavill cameo.
And it folds into Shazam, and then Shazam shows up. But super cool. Your acting is great in it. So
You too, dude.
Such a different role for you.
And you know what I realized? You're a totally different kind of actor than any actor I've ever worked with. I don't know how you do it. You're like, I don't know. I don't want to describe your technique, and I'm probably gonna get it wrong. But like, I feel like I kind of get it. Like, I don't know how to explain it though, because it's like you're technical and you're like aware of things, but then you also like make it so that the camera gets you more than like the people who are seeing it live. Does that make any sense at all? So like I don't know, you know how to look good and appear good on the camera. But like in real life, it's like you're not even aware of it. I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
You want to describe your technique
for a camera awareness.
Yes, awareness. but like there's no trace of that in real life.
You don't see it in the performance, but I have the technical ability. You know, I did a lot of theater before.
Me too.
Film. You did theater?
So much. I learned. I don't think I'd be able to do film if I didn't do theater.
I didn't even know that you did theater.
I fuck with it. I love theater. I'm a huge theater advocate, baby.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. We got to do some theater together. That'll be our next thing.
Okay, that'd be fun. Yeah, do theater. But dude, also theater taught me everything. Every life lesson I've ever had. Every life lesson and everything.
I love it. I feel the same way. It's I found my people, those
nerdy, I say the same thing.
Crazy people of the theater.
Love it.
Yeah.
I say the same thing. And then that's like me. That's like my like field of dreams thing. Like not the smell of a baseball field, but like the smell of like backstage at a theater.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous. It's just art.
I feel the same way, man. We should talk about that more at some point. I gotta let you go, but
you do?
Well, I do. Yeah.
Why? Are you gonna talk by yourself now? You're gonna talk like solo, and people are gonna stay on. Watch. The numbers are gonna go down, Rainn Wilson. The numbers are gonna go back down to 1,000.
I think that we're at 5,500, and you will leave, and we'll go to 1,200.
Yeah.
Because
I'll stay on though. I'll stay on and watch and like comment to keep the people entertained.
Well, but what I do as part of the show, Jack Dylan Grazer, is I interview random human beings from the internet. That's part of the show.
Oh.
So I'm going to pluck people from their pathetic obscurity, and I'm going to bring them into stardom. I'm going to give them their 15 minutes of fame. No, not really. It's just about having conversations with people from all over the world about their quarantine experience and their life experience during these difficult times.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's about creating community. That's what we do at Soul Pancake. Tell your followers to follow at Soul Pancake. Can you do that?
I will. I'll put it on my story, and I'll do it right now.
Sweet. You are a beautiful human being. And,
you are too.
Hopefully we'll have an opening of Don't Tell a Soul, and good luck during these difficult times, and I hope to see you when all of this stuff lifts.
I'd love that. Good to see you, Rain.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you too, buddy. Okay, bye. Oh, what a great human being. What a sweetheart. I see why all of these fans love Jack Dylan Grazer so much. Although I think he's like 9 there.